This Polaris 570 has an electrical glitch in the matrix. When you're trying to diagnose these things, look for obvious signs like this, like that. Yeah, these are pretty obvious. Any aftermarket stuff is going to be suspect for sure. It happened to be this Bose stereo up here. It was, I don't know, it was on all the time and it was wired in the wrong place. This is the auxiliary keyed 12 volts. This is to your winch. So this is always on. This is right to your battery. So if you hook things up to that, whatever you hook up to it, it's going to be always on. So if you have electrical stuff like this Bose thingy here, this stereo, then there's a lot of electronics in there, and it has like memory. These electronic things, you have memory things going on to remember your settings and presets and this sort of thing. So if they're on all the time, it'll drain your battery in a few days. So that's something to look for. The other suspect thing on these ATVs and side-by-sides is this winch controller. They're sealed pretty good, but then what happens is the letch a little bit of the ingress water, and then the letch electricity through the rusty points, and you'll lose a little bit of electricity through these. They can get so bad that they'll actually short out and activate the winch, and sometimes overheat and burn your shop down. So be aware of these things. They do flake out. And so contrary to popular belief that these ATVs and side-by-sides they're selling are some kind of military grade hardware, they're actually quite fragile for very light duty use. They don't like going through water. So if you can avoid puddles or anything water related, if you see a puddle, best to go around it. The water gets in your bearings, it gets into everything. They've got little hoses on your differential, and that keeps the water from getting in. And that's it. It's just a little hose with a little clamp on it. And over time, the clamps get loose, and then the hose gets loose, and then the water gets in the differential. But when it comes to electrical, that water gets in everything. They're not sealed really well. I'll show you some crazy things about this. So when you look under here where they've mounted the fuse box, if you look back there, that's your rear wheel, and it's always throwing water onto these exposed connectors. Now this is a sealed unit, of course, or mostly sealed, but it's not impervious to water ingress. And then look where they've put the ECU. They put it right back where the rear wheel is going to fling water on it, and they put this token gesture of a guard on top of it to maybe, hopefully, keep the water out, which it will for some time, but eventually that thing is going to get water into it. It would have been so easy to mount that inside the cab somewhere, anywhere, up on the ceiling, God, anywhere but there. They do this with Ford trucks too now. They mount the computer inside the engine compartment. So if you're having problems with electricity letching out, like you turn off the key and 2 days later your battery's dead, you look for aftermarket stuff. This is a wireless winch, and just start disconnecting stuff. Disconnect all these accessories one at a time. Take your ground off, take your hot lead off your battery, and then touch it. Just touch it lightly and see if it sparks. And if it sparks, then keep disconnecting things until when you touch it on the battery, it doesn't spark. If you don't got an ammeter and you want to do it the quick and dirty way, then touch the positive off the battery and start disconnecting things until you don't get that spark anymore. So with the key off, there should be nothing when it touches the battery. That's why you have a key. Not only for theft, but it isolates all the electrical circuits from the other things that may cause draw due to rust and corrosion over time, or things that are electronic and have memories on them, like stereos and this sort of thing. So anyways, hope that helps somebody. These problems can really drive you nuts with the electrical stuff. So, yeah, hope that helps. Check the common block up there and just start taking things off one by one, and touch to the battery until it doesn't spark anymore. When it doesn't spark anymore, the last one you pull off, that was probably your ticket. Anyways, hope that helps. Take care. Have a good night. Ciao.